So, as usual, she starts with this analysis of the budget deficit or the surplus percentage of nominal GDP. So, real GDP versus productivity is what this is all about. And so, what we're seeing is that the administrations are licensed to cut spending and streamline government, and there are various strategies she can use. They can cut that they can use. They can cut spending. They can change the tax, or economic growth, or a combination of the above. And the objective of the administration is to reach a negative 3%, a 3% deficit, in other words, relative to GDP. She feels that, or the administration feels, if they get to -3 instead of, it's currently -6,
right,
and it may even be larger than that by now, but it's certainly -3. And if they can get to -3 and hold that line, then growth, economic growth, will offset that, and I think we'll be in a very good shape. And so there's potential for even lower deficits if growth accelerates.
So we talked about this for a minute last night, Larry, but let's say it again, is that the way Musk is talking about it, I think, is even better than the way Trump is talking about it. So if we get the deficit cut and we get the regulations cut, the interest rates will come down, because the bond market will say, okay, we now believe you, and so you'll see treasuries start to come down. As treasuries start to come down and you have the government getting out of the way, the economy, Kathy thinks, might even grow above the 2.0 to 2.5 that has kind of become expected. She thinks it might even grow at 6%, given all the innovations that are coming.
Yeah, we're going to look at the growth that she's projecting, and it's pretty high. It's very, very high.
But even if we got to 3% growth, or 3.2, 3.5% growth, that's going to create more revenues coming in on the income tax side. If you get the income tax revenues coming up, you get the interest rates coming down, which further cuts the budget, because the number 3 item in the budget right now, I think, is interest. Maybe it's 4. Number 4 is interest. So you got the interest rates coming down. So I think what Musk is after now is a balanced budget. He's looking at, because of all of those interacting parts, he thinks we might be able to get to a balanced budget.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. Elon Musk is the genius of the potential. He doesn't always deliver to the full potential, but that's his North Star, is to look at the best possible, the best practical possible outcome and shoot for that.
Right.
And even if he falls short of that, the results are magnificent.
Right.
So I think, we have to balance, his idealistic view of the future, Trump's probably more practical view of the future, and then the real possibilities. So it's very important that we see growth of productivity, because growth of productivity really drives GDP growth, as we see here. The real GDP growth really mirrors, to a large degree, the growth of productivity.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that in much greater detail when we wrap up, by the way.
If you happen to be a big fan of the Cybertruck, you might also be interested in this super fun Cybertruck refrigerator magnet and bottle opener. It is made out of super thick stainless steel, just like the Cybertruck, and it has this giant magnet on the back, so it's going to hold a lot of stuff on your refrigerator. It's an amazing gift, and it comes in that great gift box that you saw before that uses a magnet opener, just almost like an Apple box, like when you get Apple products. You can buy it on Amazon for $29.95, or you can buy it direct from me by sending $25 to paypal.me/Randy Kirk, all in lowercase letters. Please indicate whether you want the stainless steel look, or maybe you'd like to have this very clever camo version. And then if you're not in the US, please add $20 for freight. If you'd like more than one, please check the information below to get pricing, as well as all that information I just told you will be repeated in the information below. So once again, think about joining the channel, getting the up-to-date Tesla news every single day. I think you'll be glad you did.